Dear students, today we will discuss a very important reaction of dihydric alcohol. Basically, it is a reaction of vicinal diols, and this reaction is called pinacolone rearrangement. So, let us first discuss what this reaction is all about. So, this compound CH3C CH3 C CH3 CH3OH, it is also called pinacol. So it is 2,2 dimethyl. Its IUPAC name is 2223. Sorry, it is 2,3. This is 2, this is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2,3 dimethyl butane 2,3-diol. So this compound is also called pinacol, or we can say a substituted vicinal diols. So substituted vicinal diol, particularly this compound, this is called pinacol. So when we add concentrated sulfuric acid to this compound, basically it is a dehydration mechanism. Overall reaction is the removal of water, but it takes place with molecular rearrangement. So the product that is formed is CH3 C double bond O C CH3 CH3 CH3. So it is tertiary butyl methyl ketone, and it is also called pinacolone. So that's why this reaction is called pinacolone rearrangement. Basically it is a dehydration reaction, because overall there is the removal of water plus water, but this dehydration takes place with intramolecular rearrangement. So basically this reaction is a dehydration reaction, but it takes place with intramolecular rearrangement. Basically it is a dehydration reaction, and it is carried out in under the presence of a strong acid, like it can be concentrated sulfuric acid. So this is our reaction. Pinacol is converted to pinacolone. Basically all vicinal diols, similar to this, all substituted vicinal diols, they show this type of reaction in which dehydration takes place with intramolecular rearrangement. Now it is a carbocation intermediate reaction. Let us try to discuss its mechanism. So let us do the first step of mechanism is protonation, as this reaction is carried out under acids, mineral acids. So first step is protonation. So let us see what happens. CH3 C CH3 OH C CH3 CH3 OH. First step is, as I have told you, protonation. So one of these OH group will be protonated. So we get CH3 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 OH. So suppose this OH, we protonate this OH2 positive. So one of this OH group has been protonated. In the next step, this removes, there is a removal of water, minus water. So CH3 CH3 positive CH3 CH3OH. So carbocation is formed, carbocation 1. Now this carbocation, even though it is a tertiary carbocation, but it undergoes intramolecular rearrangement to form a new, which is more stable carbocation. So second step is intramolecular rearrangement. So how does it takes place? Let us understand this. So CH3, CH3 positive, CH3, CH3 OH. So there is a migration of one of these alkyl groups. Here this group is methyl. So this group shifts to this carbocation. If we do this shifting, so let us see what is formed. So CH3, 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 C. Here now is the carbocation. Here is the positive charge CH3OH. Now this carbocation which is formed, carbocation 2, so we will call it carbocation 2. It was carbocation 1. So this carbocation is resonance stabilized by these electrons, lone pair of electrons of oxygen. So it shows resonance like this. So you get CH3, 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 C, CH3 double bond OH positive. So that is the resonance stabilized of this carbocation, second A, second B. So this carbocation which is formed after migration of this methyl group, even though it is a secondary carbocation, here it was tertiary carbocation, even then this is second carbocation is more stable than one because of this resonance. So that is the driving force for this rearrangement, that after rearrangement we are getting a more stable carbocation, which is because of this resonance effect of this lone pair of OH groups. So these give electrons here. So this is the resonance. Now we have the last step, third step, removal of proton. Removal of proton. Now how does it takes place? Here if I can write it like this, suppose I will just show it by some bond. You can show here or you can show anywhere. So OH, basically in this step, so I will write here. So CH3, CH3, this CH3, here it is a CH3, consider it as CH3. So what I can do, okay, now you can see I will write here CH3, 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 C, double bond OH positive, CH3. So next step is the removal of this proton. So now you get CH3, 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 C double bond O, CH3. So that is your pinacolone. This compound is pinacolone. So that is the mechanism. So this mechanism of this reaction is quite easy. First step is protonation. One of this hydroxyl group is getting protonated and water removes to give you a carbocation. Now that is the interesting step here, intramolecular rearrangement, where one of this methyl group it shifts from adjacent carbon to this carbon, and we get now a carbocation, even though it is a secondary carbocation, but it is more stable because of this resonance hybridization by these lone pair of electrons. So these are the resonating structures. Because of this resonance, this carbocation is more stable. Than in the next step, the removal of proton it takes place, and we get a pinacolone. So we can also call this mechanism as push and pull mechanism. So how push and pull? First one OH group is being pushed as water. So here you can see one of this methyl group is getting pulled by this carbocation, so that's why it is called push and pull mechanism. We can also call it a push and pull mechanism. The mechanism is quite easy. Overall it is a dehydration, but the one additional step, intramolecular rearrangement, takes place, and the driving force for this rearrangement is the stability of this carbocation to than this first carbocation, and this is also the rate determining step in this reaction. So that is the mechanism of this reaction, how this reaction, pinacol-pinacolone reaction, takes place. Now let us discuss about the stereochemistry. Actually this step, the attack of the intramolecular rearrangement step, it is concerted. So what does this mean? Intramolecular rearrangement step is concerted. What does it mean? It means that before breaking this bond completely, now when this methyl group has to shift from this to this, without breaking this bond, this bond formation it starts. So let us write this structure. So I will write this CH3 CH3 positive CH3 CH3OH. So concerted means now this bond has to break and this new carbon methyl bond has to, we have to make this new bond. So this says that without this bond, carbon methyl bond, it starts forming bond without this bond being completely broken. So it is not like that this methyl is completely broken there, then it gets attached here. Actually it is a concerted step. So how does we can represent this step? As we can represent this step as I have said, this bond is still has not completely broken, this new bond formation has taken place. So we can write it as CH3 CH3. So this is a cyclic concerted step COH CH3. So that is your cyclic transition state. So which shows that this carbon-carbon bond formation has started taking place without this carbon bond being broken. So these are simultaneous. This carbon-carbon, new carbon-carbon bond formation and this carbon-carbon bond breaking, these are simultaneously steps. So simultaneously it is being broken and this new bond is being formed. So it is not like that it first gets completely detached from here, then it gets attached here. So these are simultaneous bond formation and this bond cleavage, these are simultaneous processes. So it is partial negative, it is partial positive, partial positive. Now after this cyclic transition state, we get CH3 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 OH positive. Now how to prove that this is a concerted step? How we can say that why this bond formation has started taking place even without this bond being completely broken. So how we can prove? So we can prove this with crossover experiments that I will discuss with you. So we can prove it with the help of crossover experiments. So what are crossover experiments that I will discuss with you, by which we can prove that this step is a concerted step, means this new bond formation it starts taking place even before this bond has been completely broken. So it is not like that first it gets detached then it gets attached here. So these two steps they are simultaneous. So it's since these steps are simultaneous, so the reaction takes place with the retention of configuration. So this is the stereochemistry of this reaction. This step is concerted. Now let us see how we can prove this with the help of crossover experiments, that it is a single step. This migration is a single step. It does not take place in more than one step. Why it is considered? Now suppose we are doing a pinacolon rearrangement of two. So that is how you plan these crossover experiments. Suppose we have two pinacols, two substituted iols, one, and the second we have C2H5, 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 OH. Now suppose we simultaneously do pinacol rearrangement. In a beaker we have compound 1 as well as compound 2, and we simultaneously put the sulfuric acid. Okay, what will happen? Both of these will form a carbocation. First step will be CH3 positive, CH3OH, and from here what we will get? C2H5, C2H5 positive, C2H5, C2H5OH. Now in the next step what has to do? We have to do this migration. This methyl group has to go here, this ethyl group has to shift here, so we get CH3, CH3, CH3 OH positive, so C2H5, 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 COH, C2H5 positive. So this will lead to, we will get this product after deprotonation, CH3, 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 COCH3, and from this we get this product C2H5, 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 CO, C2H5. Now we don't get the cross product from these two. So cross product, what could be that product? That product could be CH3, CH3, C2H5, CH3, C double bond O. This is the cross product. We don't get this, not formed. Second cross product can be C2H5, C2H5, CH3, C double bond O, C2H5. This is also cross product, not formed. Cross product. Now let us assume that this reaction takes place like first these bonds get completely cleaved. So if this bond get completely cleaved, what we will get? CH3 negative here. If this is completely broken, we will get C2H5 negative here. Now this C2H5 negative, it is free, if it is available free in the solution, then it can attack even here. So there is no foundation that it will attack only here, so it can attack here, and this can attack here. So if this happens, this will lead to these cross products, but these cross products, they are not formed in this reaction. So what does this mean? So this means that this cleavage of bond is not free. This cleavage and this bond formation, it occurs simultaneously. So this bond starts getting attached to this methyl group, it starts getting attached to this adjacent carbon group even before this bond being completely broken. So that's why we get only this product. So only these two products are formed. We don't get cross products. These are called crossover experiments. This is just to check whether a reaction has taken place in a single step or the reaction has taken place in a number of steps. So here, so as we can see, the reaction, it takes place in single step. So this migration is concerted. That is proved with the help of these crossover experiments. Now next thing, now what is the evidence that these carbocations are formed in this reaction? So suppose this was the product CH3 OH. Suppose we do its rearrangement with sulfuric acid and with the in the presence of labeled water. So isotopically labeled water is used. So what will happen? First deprotonation will take place. CH3C, CH3C, CH3, CH3OH positive. Now if we stop the reaction before completion, so if we did not allow the reaction to get complete, so water attacks here because formation of carbocation is a reversible process. This water can attack here. CH3C, CH3, CH3, CH3OH, OH2 positive. Now minus water, so reversible step. CH3C, CH3C, CH3, CH3, OH, OH18. So this product was obtained. So the presence of labeled oxygen, labeled oxygen in pinacol, it indicates that the reaction has taken place through this carbocation mechanism, because this water can attack this carbocation and it can lead to this product. So this product is when the reaction, we stop the reaction before completion, otherwise this rearrangement will take place and we will get a pinacolone. So this steps, it proves that the reaction has taken place through a carbocation intermediate. So if this is obtained, stop the reaction before completion. We have not allowed the reaction to go to the completion. So before completion, the isolation of this product was formed in this reaction, where one of this OH group, it was carrying this oxygenate. In this we can prove from mass spectroscopic studies, so which proves that the only possibility to form this product is through this mechanism, and this mechanism, it involves carbocation. So we can say that this reaction occurs through the formation of carbocation. So that's how we prove that our proposed mechanism is correct. First step is generation of carbocation. We have given its evidence. We have also given the evidence for this intramolecular rearrangement, that it is a concerted step. We have given evidence for this concerted step by doing crossover experiments, as there was not formation of any cross product. So we can say that this migration is a single step reaction, where this new carbon carbon bond formation, it starts even before this carbon carbon bond has been completely broken. So that is how you validate your proposed mechanism. So these are some steps by which we can validate our proposed mechanism. So basically we give two mechanisms. First, crossover experiments. Second, the evidence for this carbocation intermediate. So far I have taken an example of a symmetrical vicinal diol. So there are some cases, suppose we have some unsymmetrical substituted diol, then how to predict where will be the formation of this carbocation and which product will be formed. So let us take this case. Suppose we have this diol where pH is phenyl group, OH, C, CH3, CH3OH. Now this pH is phenyl group. So this is your pH phenyl group. Now suppose if we add concentrated sulfuric acid, now there are two ways the H positive can attack this OH as well as it can attack this OH. So PHC, PHOH2 positive, CH3, CH3OH minus water. So that will give you PHCPH positive, C, CH3, CH3OH. Next is your migration and removal of proton. So this is your PHC, PHCH3, CCH3OH positive. Second is minus H positive. minus H positive, and we get this product CpH CH3 C double bond O CH3. Similarly, there is another possibility. We can have a protonation at this oxygen. So PHC PHOH CH3 CH3 OH2 positive. Next is minus water. So if we remove this water, so we get PH C PH OH C CH3 CH3 positive. Next is migration of this phenyl group. So we get PHCOH positive C CH3 CH3 PH minus H positive. So we get PHCO C CH3 CH3 PH. So you have seen that if protonation takes place at this OH group, we get a different product. If it takes place at this OH group, then we get a different product. Now which one is correct? So you have to be very carefully do this exercise. At you see that the first protonation where the protonation has taken place, there is the formation of carbocation. Now if protonation takes place at this OH group, then carbocation is formed at this carbon. You can see if it takes place at this OH, then carbocation is formed at this carbon. Now the first step, we have to decide on the basis of stability of carbocation. That is the determining factor. Stability, you have to remember this. Stability of carbocation is a determining factor. It will decide which OH group will be removed as water and we will get a carbocation. Generally, that OH group will be removed which leads to more stable carbocation. Out of these two, this carbocation where the carbon is attached to two phenyl group, and it is, suppose we have this I will just try to write a structure to just to explain you how phenyl group it stabilizes the carbocation. Suppose if we have some carbocation, now it goes here. So this type of resonance, these phenyl groups, they stabilize this carbocation by this resonance effect, whereas in methyl groups there is no such resonance. So this carbocation 1 is more stable than carbocation 2, so the reaction will proceed through this path which is written in white color. So the reaction will not take place, this will not take place because it gives us a less stable carbocation than this. So the first step in determining where this OH group will be removed is based on the stability of the carbocation. Generally these phenyl groups, so here the order of stability was that carbocation in which phenyl groups they are directly attached, they are more stable because of this type of resonance. Here such type of resonance is not possible, so these are not stable. So this product will not be formed, we will not get this product. The product will be this will be the product form. So that's how you decide which product will be formed. So this is it is very important. The first step, removal of water, is decided by the stability of the carbocation. So which carbocation is more stable. So there is another interesting case where we have two groups that can migrate. So two different groups which can migrate. Now how to decide which group will migrate? That is called migratory aptitude. So let us see one example. So if we have this phenyl C, this OCH3 OH OCH3 OH. Now let us see which product will be found. First step is protonation. Now both are same, so either here or here there is both are same, so any of these OH group it can be protonated. So you get this phenyl group C. So here we have OCH3 OH2 positive. Now C O H OCH3. Now this water is removed, minus water, so you get here uh, okay, C yes, OCH3 positive OH OCH3. Now out of this OCH3, now either this group or this group, both these groups are different, so one group has to migrate. So which group will migrate, that depends upon their migratory aptitude. Generally aryl groups, they have higher migratory aptitude than alkyl groups. You have to remember, which have higher migratory aptitude than hydrogen. So aryl groups, they have, this is migratory aptitude, means aryl groups had higher tendency to migrate than, aryl groups had higher migratory aptitude, they have higher tendency to migrate than alkyl groups. Alkyl groups has higher migration aptitude than hydrogen. Now as both these are aryl group, but it has one substituent, it has no substituent, so para chlorophenyl has less aptitude than benzene, which is has less migratory aptitude than paratoluene, which has less migratory aptitude as paramethoxyphenyl or paramethoxy benzene. So that is the migratory aptitude that you have to remember. Generally the electron donating groups, they increase the migratory aptitude, whereas electron withdrawing groups, chloro, they decrease the migratory aptitude. Now out of these phenyl, benzene, or we can say phenyl, better to write phenyl, out of this phenyl and this paramethoxyphenyl, as this donates electrons to phenyl group, so this has higher migratory aptitude, so this group will migrate. So in the next step, this group migrates because its migratory aptitude is high. So what we get, I will write here. So that is the migratory aptitude. You have to remember this migratory aptitude order. Generally aryl groups, they have higher migratory aptitude than alkyl groups, which have higher migratory aptitude than hydrogen. And if we have substituted phenyls, then parachlorophenyl has less migratory aptitude than phenyl, then paratolyl, or then paramethoxy phenyl has highest of these groups, highest migratory aptitude. So in case of phenyl and methoxyphenyl, this methoxyphenyl will migrate. See, so that is how you have to this reaction is, that's why I said this reaction is very important for competitive examination point of view, because you will get a lot of reactions like this, uh, where you have to decide which product will be formed. OCH3, this group has migrated. Now C OH positive and this phenyl. In the next step, this proton removes, I will show here only, minus H positive, and what you get here a double bond. So that is your product, that product will be formed. So that is the migratory aptitude of the groups. So that was your pinnacle on rearrangement. So once again, first we discussed what was that reaction, then we discussed the mechanism of this reaction. It is very simple mechanism. Then we learned that this migration is a concerted step, it is a single step intramolecular single step This was further proved from crossover experiments, and the formation of carbocation is validated through these isotopic labeling studies. And then we discussed that if we have unsymmetrical substituted diol, then we have to decide on the basis of formation of carbocation. That first, as the first step is formation of carbocation, so that product will form which will leads to the formation of a more stable carbocation. And then we discussed about migratory aptitude. So that was all for today. And when you have such type of reaction and you have to decide which product will be formed, first thing is first make a more stable carbocation. First step, you have to decide on the basis of stability of carbocation. Then you have to see migratory aptitude. If we have two different groups which can migrate, then comes the role of migratory aptitude. But first step is formation of more stable carbocation. So that was all for today. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Please don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends.